am so tired of the lists of tools that agents should adopt. Get this thing, get that thing, purchase this and buy that thing. The more I learn about the world of insurance technology, the more committed I am to the belief that real change, a better customer experience, not ignoring people, things not taking days, customers not being confused and kept in the dark and jerked around, isn't going to come from a set of tools. It's going to come from a set of behaviors. So I'm not going to sit here and say artificial intelligence 65 times or create a list of things you should buy or tell you about the next big thing that's coming in 2020. What I'm most interested in is the actions that agents are going to take in 2020. So 3 years ago, InsurTech, right? Big buzzword. Everybody was freaking out. We're all gonna be disrupted. The end of the insurance agent. And that market pressure caused, and I don't just say market pressure because of what was actually happening in the marketplace, but then associations, tech vendors, media outlets started beating the drum and applying more and more and more pressure on agents to adopt and evolve. Buy this tech and things are going to get better. And here we are, 3 years later, and agents did it. There are so many agents out there that have adopted, that have evolved. They've duct taped these disparate pieces of technology together. They've worked in an environment that hasn't really been working for them, but they've done it with expensive human APIs, and yet things, processes, requests often still, to this day, take days to get done for all that money, for all that time, for all that pressure. Because the problem is connectivity. This channel has a large group of agents who have not only woken up to the fact that connectivity is necessary, we need APIs, we need integration, we need that seamlessness, but they are pissed off because they want it and they're being told they can't have it. And that emotion coming into 2020 is going to be like a wave that smacks the insurance channel as their voices become louder, as their opinions become more palpable, and more pressure is applied to those that are holding the technology, the connectivity hostage. In 2017, 2018, 2019, it was about getting the tools, buying the tools. But in 2020, it's about properly powering those tools. Again, agents have evolved. They've adopted these crazy duct taped together pieces, systems of technology. But what they're realizing as they continue to use them and as they continue to get deeper into this rabbit hole is that what truly has the value isn't the hammer and nails, but what the hammer and nails create, especially as they're watching these deals with massive data companies from outside the industry. And along with that recognition comes a realization, a focus on their own data set. What isn't in the best shape? What things are missing? What processes haven't been put in place to intentionally manufacture and create that data? Because all of those past behaviors devalue what they're realizing is becoming an increasingly valuable asset to not only themselves, but to the entire marketplace. So come 2020, I believe more and more agents are gonna start thinking about, start showing behaviors of focused on data structure, data cleanup, and data storage. So a few months ago, I talked to an agent who told me that she was moving off of HubSpot onto a more affordable system, a name that you probably wouldn't recognize because compared to HubSpot, It seemed like, I mean, HubSpot is a world-class marketing system up there with Marketo and Pardot. And here's this marketer who's telling me she is moving off of that onto this other system. And when I asked her why, I expected, well, it was just too expensive and we didn't really use it, and we just didn't want to pay for it anymore. But the decision-making process that she very intricately explained to me was comprised of a set of very specific factors that all contributed to her decision to move from one to another. And not that I agreed or disagreed with all of them, that's not the point. The point is that InsurTech, these buzzwords, customer experience, automation, integration, they've lost a little bit of their magic. It's like the channel has been on InsurTech Tinder for the last 3 years, and now that we've scoped the waters and kind of seen what's out there, we're coming into marriage with exactly what we know we want. Agents are going into their buying process, their research journey with a better understanding of exactly what problems they want to solve and how one piece of technology or two or both of them together can maybe start to solve that problem. For too long, technology has been dictated down to agents from above. Oh, no, this is what you should buy. Because we're the experts in technology, and we tell you that this is the best technology. So you should just buy this technology. Cue frustration. This channel was very short-sighted. These tech vendors were very short-sighted on two things. One, agents are entrepreneurs. They are problem solvers, they are DIYers, they are grinders, they are hustlers. They will get it done and figure it out. And second, the increasing accessibility of tech development. So essentially, you're mixing go-getter, type A problem solvers with an agency, an established business, funding, and the increasing ability to build out technology without needing billions of dollars in an environment where the technology that's being built just continues to miss the boat. This is why agents are standing up and they're saying, enough. If you can't build it, I'm gonna build it. This is why we have Tarmica. This is why we have Raghav, the guy who owns Tarmica, is a commercial rater, comes from an agency, was a producer, and because of his frustration with commercial rating, decided to go build it himself. This is why we have Wes Anderson, an agency VA. This is why we have ePay Policy. Todd came from the background of an agency life. My gosh, I'm like totally blanking out of it. Grant Botma's coming, Neoteric Agent. That's why we have Neon, right? Be Atomic, because there are so many agents who have just said enough. And I think coming into, those were a few examples, but I think coming into 2020, more and more agents are going to be emboldened, maybe to and also start their own companies, but also to really take seriously and appreciate technology that is created by agents for agents, not dictated down to them from above. So we're in this environment where the shoe manufacturer, the person, the company, the entity that makes the shoes and decides whether they should be purple or blue, wide or narrow, have laces or no laces, doesn't talk to properly with the company that sells and services the customers who buy those shoes. So is blind to the relational aspect of the consumption of the thing that they're creating. I mean, where where else does this happen? And you still have a product that truly serves the customer, an experience that really wows the customer. More and more agents are saying, this can't be. And they're short-circuiting their tech vendors, and they're going right to carriers, and they're saying, look, we need to partner together. We need to figure this out. We need to have a serious conversation about what connectivity looks like between the two of us. And I think there's a group of carriers out there as well. I've met a couple of them who are starting to see that happen. They're starting to anticipate that and even build out some of their own APIs. They're starting to think about what that connectivity means to them and what that looks like. What is that highway between agents and carriers? What 6 lanes do we want, and what direction are they going, and what pavement are we going to put down? All these things. I think coming into 2020, all of these are questions that carriers are going to be thinking about, and agents are going to be applying pressure on carriers to think about. I think there's a lot of frustration out there right now. I've talked to so many agents who are just, they're so frustrated with the way things are. And I would say, use that as fuel, because maybe you don't know it. Maybe you haven't talked to the agents that I've been able to talk to. And man, if you haven't, I will message me, Facebook me, text me, email me, whatever you need to do to get in touch with me, I will get you in touch with them. But I want you to know, if you're watching this video, that there is a group of agents out there who is behind you. And not only behind you in belief, but behind you in action. There are agents out there who are standing up and saying, taking ownership of this channel and working to fix things and make things better, so that we, as a channel, as an industry, can provide the best experience, the best product for our customers.